So create, played with the mod in the last video, was great. It's a great mod, it's a perfect mod. It feels incredibly steampunky, and well, that's officially a word now. Yes, it's a word in my dictionary from now on. And well, I'm gonna use it now to upgrade all of my old steampunk builds. And give them life, make them alive. I'm not crazy, don't worry. And well, we're gonna start by upgrading my first steampunk build, and this is a very, very old build. I even took the time to upgrade it a little bit with some new stuff that I managed to discover how to do over time. And well, it was inspired by, I think, an art that I saw on Twitter of like a steampunk styled, I don't know, inn or something. Yeah, that's why I have that sign for the inn over there. And well, it's time to upgrade this. And well, in create we use power with rotation, and well, I have a windmill here. So I'm gonna power everything in this house with the windmill over here. And I those are iron chains. Iron chains. Iron chains. It's like I use the texture pack. I should change that to chains. Okay, so swapped things for the chains. Honestly, I don't know why I did that. There is half of these are gonna get dismantled and replaced by more crate stuff. Never mind. Let's go and do this windmill. So this is gonna need a lot of super glue. So here it is, the upgraded design. I tried to keep some of the things, for example the wool I used, and well, this looks much better than what I built originally. It doesn't feel as chunky, I would say, as the first one. And well, I didn't do a lot of super glue like I thought I would, because I used a linear, or not linear, it's a radial chassis to connect everything. Because when you use super glue it causes a lot of lag, at least I noticed that, and I think that maybe this will maybe reduce it a little bit, because I will have a lot of moving parts in this area, so I will need to build smart rather than beautiful. And well, I did use a little bit of super glue actually, to connect these trapdoors and to connect this log, because if I look at this radial chassis, it can only connect everything over here, in the line. It doesn't connect the trapdoors, so I needed to glue them to this with the super glue. So let's see if this actually works. Oh, it's spinning. Oh, look at it spin. It looks a little bit weird because it's free blades. Yeah, it's like 3 blades instead of 4, and it's facing through the Don't worry about me, I just phase through the fuel tank and I provide power. I'm gonna need to move that. And well, there is a lot I'm gonna do to this, so I'm just gonna jump cut to when I'm finished with everything and to show it on this house, and we can jump to the next thing to upgrade. So a few hours later, and well, I managed to hold myself from not demolishing this entirely and trying to redesign everything, because honestly, if I wanted to incorporate the create mod into this, I would need to redesign this entire building, but I've managed to make it work somehow. So I have some gears spinning, as you can see. I also incorporated some cogwheels. I actually have the real rope pulley rather than the imitation like I had over here for a crane. So this is like a somewhat real crane. Currently it's stopped over there by a clutch, but it's working and everything is kind of connected to the windmill. Now, I honestly expected to do more, but since I already said this is like a vanilla style build, it's gonna take me a long time to make this fit with the create. But I'm actually pretty happy with what I've managed to do. So we have some pipes, which work really nicely instead of the normal, bulky pipes that I use acacia, stripped acacia actually, and acacia trapdoors. We have some cogwheels around that are spinning, making it so that, this base feels alive, just as these big gears that I have over here. We have a few more things, some more pipes around. This big fluid tank that's made out of fluid tanks. Fluid tank that's made out of fluid tanks. And well, I really like this. This is way better than the first thing I had, in which I think I used, if I remember, blast furnaces and, you know, it was blast furnaces, andesite, and droppers to create like a fluid tank. And this has a nice copper texture, and I can just work with this texture to like symbolize that this is a fluid tank that has a lot of nails into it. Yeah, nails, like, it's a metallic fluid tank, and I really like it. Only thing is that it's kind of an egg shape. I tried to make it like the normal shape or the original shape it was in, but since I know, I did 3 blocks of fluid tanks over here, I couldn't do 3 over here because, they will not fit, it doesn't fit, as you can see. So I needed to compromise like this. And well, as you can see, I've also moved the windmill over here so it doesn't clip through the fluid tank. And well, there is nothing much else here. I also incorporated one more rope pulley or a crane over here, so we can just, make it go up if we want to, make it go down, taking the items up and down and so on. And well, nothing much more cogwheels. And I feel like create is more of a interior decoration because, well, I already did everything. As you can see, some gears are spinning, we have some more spinning stuff over here, and I feel like create is going to shine more in an interior style like build than the outside exterior. And well, that can be seen over here because, well, we can only use a few blocks to, improve our exteriors. I feel like that I need to maybe, test a few more things and see how will they work and function and how will they look, to be sure if this is all the exterior things that you can do. So we have some windmill bearings, some moving bearings, or in this case mechanical bearings. We have some water wheels, which is actually pretty small, but it can look really nicely if you work out how to incorporate it in the build of the watermill. We have some pipes, some fluid tanks, maybe using different blocks like a copper casing or an andesite casing, and we have use of the cogwheels. Now the cogwheels are most expensive, most effective way of decorating, I would say, because they make things like move and it looks alive, so they will work very nicely and they're the most easiest to incorporate into the build. So we're gonna look a little bit at other builds that I did, and I mostly made the cogwheels spin or the gears spin, and I did it for my little clockwork shop over here. And well, when doing the gears and making them spin, you will need to make sure to put them in a position where you can put a mechanical bearing and then provide the rotational power to that mechanical bearing without it sticking out too much. Because, for example, over here and those two like gears, the mechanical bearing and the rotational power is going to be provided by is going to stick a little bit too much, so I couldn't make this gear or this gear like spin and rotate, but I've managed to make this one. And well, like I said, cogwheels will work way better than this. This is like a lot of work, and the cogwheels just need like a, just place some cogwheels around and just give them rotational power and they are rotating and they feel the same. And well, like I said in my last video where I also did create, I would really like metallic cogwheels. Metallic cogwheels will look so nice, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe they can, take a little bit more stress, maybe just like a decoration or aesthetic piece. That would be really nice. And well, I also have like a clock over here. Nothing special, just a clock. And what else we can look? We can look at the, pipes, because, well, this was cogwheels, and we can show pipes on my old brewery. And well, for the pipes just work nicely. They're great. They're not as bulky, and they work perfectly for any kind of like steampunk build where you need to incorporate some pipes. And well, as you can see, just a little bit nicer. Now, one more thing that I would like is to make these fluid tanks like lay them down, make them go horizontally, vertically. I'm stupid currently. Is it Never mind. You to make them lay down, because originally I had a barrel like over here, and I was looking at how I'm going to do this with the fluid tank, and I couldn't find an idea, so I just put the fluid tank over here. It doesn't look that great, honestly. I could have done a little bit better job, but I would like to make them like lay down and go vertically. That's vertically, right? Why am I struggling with that? Anyway, you know what I mean. You know what I mean by that. So that's one thing when it comes to the pipes. And well, other things is just, making the thing spin. I also made my gears spin on my clock tower. The clock tower is working. It's currently having an engine that's making it like work. It's like a clockwork bearing. Right, yes, it's a clockwork bearing that's like showing time, and it's currently 3 p.m. PM, yeah, it's PM. And well, why am I pressing F5? I don't know. I gotta admit, this looks really nice. They don't look like they're interlocking, but they're moving. And well, I do have some like creative motors sticking out, and like I said, you will need to work out where your gear is going to be if you want to make it spin or rotate. Why am I saying spin? It's rotate. It's the same thing actually. And well, you'll need to work that out, and with some time, I think that, anybody could manage to work that out. And well, I didn't want to trouble myself with that, so I just placed a creative motor next to the mechanical bearing and made it rotate, and I really like it. Now, as I said, cogwheels would work just the same as making a giant gear like this, even a little bit more effective, because you don't need to do crazy things like this and worry about where your rotation power will be. You can just incorporate it in your build with some andesite casing. And well, we have a few more things that we can look at. We have some more pipes that I was like testing and looking what, differences they have with the usual pipes that I did, which were like acacia, stripped acacia wood and some acacia trapdoors. And I tried to test and play a little bit more with them, making things rotate in this old factory, even trying to use some create blocks to, detail or create a little bit of a better feel for this factory, because I really like these bricks. They look like a stone bricks, but not like a bricks from Minecraft, this thing. And it's a better choice to use that than the bricks, I would say, in this scenario, for example. And well, there is not so much things. We have some more things spinning on my old airship over here, a gear spin, a fan is spinning, or what is this? I'm stupid currently. I'm honestly stupid at this point. I was doing this for an hour, so I'm stupid a little bit. And, using different blocks, maybe using sails for like a... What's that? This is a mess. This is a mess of a recording. I'm not gonna re-record. I forgot what this is, but using sails in the airship could work and look really great as well. Now we have two more builds that I want to look at. This build just has some pipes. The build over here is just a house, so there was not a lot of changes, but this build has some changes, a little bit changes. We have a change of the roof where I used the copper tiles instead of, I think I used prismarine bricks, right? Yeah, it was prismarine bricks. And well, when you compare it to this to this weathered copper, the weathered copper looks way better, has a way better color than the prismarine blocks. So I decided to use the the copper tiles, because also they have a nice texture. I would like to have like a copper tiles stairs and slabs to maybe detail this roof a little bit more. And like in vanilla in 1.17 snapshots, maybe make so oxidizing of the copper doesn't happen together with honey. I don't know if that will be done in the create mode, but I would like to see that also maybe get introduced before 1.17, or maybe they're just gonna wait for 1.17 and leave this like that and just like do something together. Anyway, I can't wait to be able to play with copper a little bit more. Now, this build also has like pipes, and I really like this. Usually I had like two pipes. Over here one was made with andesite and some stripped acacia, and the other one was just acacia. And I really like how, you know, the normal pipes are a little bit thinner, so this looks really nicely now. And I also used the fluid tank over here. Fluid tank has such an awesome texture. I love this texture, and I'm going to use it more and more in the future because I love it so much. It's a perfect texture, it looks really great, and I love it. We have a few more cogwheels spinning over here. Nothing special, just showing off that, you know, the cogwheels work way better than a giant spinning gear in some scenarios. And I also wanted to talk about the pipes, copper pipes. I know I talked about pipes a lot, but pipes are great. I love the copper pipes or the fluid pipes in this mod, and this made it look so much thinner and not as bulky and as blocky, because when I was building this with acacia, I needed to incorporate things like this, as you can see, to simulate, you know, that it's going inside of the building and there is some mechanical things going on. This just looks very metallic, and you know, it looks believable on itself, and you can even make it really go into the build if you use like a pipe and the copper encasing, and it looks like pipe is really going inside of the build and maybe it's transferring, you know, some fluids inside or something else, you know, in that sense. Now the last build is a factory over here, and I feel like this had most impact with the create mod on how it looks. Mainly because of the pipes again. Pipes are perfect. And they made this look a little bit thinner, a little bit nicer, and a little bit more metallic and a little bit more industrial because, as I said, this is very bulky. We have some gears spinning around, making it seem like there is something happening inside of this factory. Maybe they're helping some cogwheels spin around and provide power, provide rotational power, and so on. And I really like it. Now, the biggest thing is using chutes as a chimney. Now, at first I wasn't sure about that, but the chute has such an awesome texture. It really looks like a chimney, and it can function like a chimney. Originally, I was using pipes for that, so I would have a chimney, and then I would have a lot of pipes going around, and then I would slap like a campfire on top. But then I decided the chutes look really nice. They can also connect like this diagonally, so they look awesome. And well, you know, I'm gonna use chutes in the future to create a little bit more of a metallic chimney, I would say. Only thing I would like is, you know, smoke transfer, so I don't need to do these weird things with trapdoors where I hide the campfire. I would really like a smoke transfer thing in create, so for aesthetic purposes. And well, I think that's it. There's nothing much to talk about. There was, you know, a lot of things, and well, I honestly was a little bit disappointed with everything that I did, but in actuality it's because everything is made in vanilla over here. Not all of those builds are like designed in with create mode in mind, so I was a little bit like limited with what I can do because everything was built in vanilla, like I said. And well, I'm really happy actually with what I've managed to do and how I managed to, you know, give some of my builds life. Now, this gear doesn't spin, that's a fake gear. There is nothing behind that, there is just this, so that's not spinning. And well, I really like it. I hope you enjoyed, and well, I think I'm going to play with create mode a little bit more. There is a lot of ideas I have to create a nice looking steampunk build, and well, maybe I'll also use some other mod packs to introduce some more blocks for me. So, you know, maybe in the future I'll make a different kind of a steampunk build. And well, I hope you enjoyed, and well, this was it. I'm gonna look at this clock tower just for you, and I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.